and then fucking Mormon town.
I mean, well, in fairness, football is kind of in religion down south to most people.
How well do the Jazz draw in fans? Only the racist ones, apparently, but... Do you think the fucking Utah Jazz are drawing in enough fans to where anyone who looks at this like, maybe that area is not big on sports? And they should have...
It's not big on sports because you can't drink there.
Yeah,
Most people go to sporting events and drink.
Which brings us to a nice little segue. We have Johnny Walker, Dan Beebe, just now joining us. How you doing, Beebe?
Johnny Walker, Dan Beebe, huh?
Johnny Walker, Dan Beebe.
Red label. All right.
Yeah.
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
All right.
Doing all right.
Did I miss the reference there? Why is he Johnny Walker all of a sudden? Or did you just feel
because he walked in.
Oh. I was like, I don't follow that reference, but Dan was like, you know what, that reference doesn't make much sense, but I'm sticking with it.
Well, he nailed my favorite scotch too, so
I mean, yeah, it's great. I've got a whole bottle of that sitting at home that I'm not opening till the Game of Thrones premiere. I have the White Walker bottle.
We know.
I've already had one of them, but I have a... they made a limited batch called the White Walker, and you throw it in your freezer, and the bottle changes colors. And the Johnny Walker dude is a dead guy, and his eyes glow blue. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't like that show.
You wouldn't know anything about this because you're an uncultured swine.
Yeah, yep. So, a couple weeks back, I sent some stickers to Hysteria 51, and they so graciously returned the favor.
Free stickers?
Yeah, so we got some stickers.
All right.
I got one on the laptop right below our logo. Dan Beebe, I'm presenting you now with your stickers. First, you got a square Hysteria 51 sticker.
All right.
You've also got this tiny, what I can only describe as a medical label type. Would you say that's accurate?
I'd say that's close enough.
A little medical label sticker that says for rectal use only.
Ah.
There you go.
Because of course.
Well, yeah, for the probes.
No.
Anal probes, aliens, Hysteria 51.
No, I get it.
All right.
Are we done talking about how depressing the AF is?
No, we're not.
Darn.
But yeah, it is. I mean, I can't follow it.
The problems are, one, they clearly didn't have a clear vision going into the season, and we said that before the season started. That, the first season is going to be a shit show. Mm-hmm. They just got to get through the first season, make sure they can run a second season, and all the problems they had in the first season will fix itself. There's not going to be a second season. Well, we don't know. The league didn't fold. They're just ceasing operations.
They're just not existing at the current moment.
Despite the app saying that there are upcoming games.
Well, you said it, though, because it's like, why the hell, why are you going to put this separate app on your phone just to have to follow everything? It's like...
At least it's not
Make it more readily available. Put it on, get the network involved. It's just, I don't know. It seems like it's just too distant to even be credible to even pay attention to.
Right. And I don't like how they have the games on 2 days. You got 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that either.
Just put it all on one day.
Mm-hmm. It's not like, what are you competing against? Golf?
Exactly.
NASCAR.
I mean, to me you are, but, I'm also taking a nap all the time.
I mean, and you're not taking a nap, you fell asleep.
No. I defy you to find something better to nap to than the sounds of golf.
Rain, man! The sounds of rain.
Okay, I'm talking about like a television. Okay, find another sport that it's easier to fall asleep into.
Fucking soccer.
That's not true.
Bowling?
Have you seen those lunatics?
That is a go!
Yeah. Not to mention the fans. At any moment, a riot can break out, especially if you're watching European soccer.
What about the axe throwing league?
The axe throwing league, a shitty ass body spray.
See, this is
no the one that they have on ESPN.
No, the one where they throw like actual axes. I know what he's talking about.
I know. I was just kidding.
I'm the one that's dipping my foot in the strange leagues here, so I'm with him.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we have loaned out Tony Casper for the next 8 weeks.
Yes, it will be 8 weeks total.
To a shuffleboard league in Troy.
Franklin Alley Social Club Shuffleboard League. That's a lot to say.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say Shuffleboard League.
Much like in soccer, where they can loan out players, we're loaning out Tony Casper, and they're so graciously giving us 2 bananas a week. So, pretty stoked.
That's good.
Damn, I want the oatmeal cookie.
The oatmeal, they're stale. You don't want them. No. We might be able to get good oatmeal cookies for Dan O'Shea, though. Because he's down in... where are you down in again, Dan O'Shea? Oh, that's right. We don't know. Still don't know where he is.
No. You missed earlier. He was outside walking around.
We still don't know.
You still don't know.
Could have caught him. He was outside walking around, it sounded like.
I don't know how you don't know Dan O'Shea. Do you not know where you are?
He's got no idea.
Most of the time, no, I don't.
I think blindfold him and just turn him around about 20 times, so who would know where you are?
Oh,
I think it makes things more fun that way.
That's a good point.
I guess I can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, nope.
You'll definitely keep yourself interested.
Yeah, so going back to the AAF,
I'm going back more times than they're going to.
Tony with the burn, fucking savage Tony.
Just saying, it seems logical.
Damn, it had such promise. It was good football. It was entertaining football. The problem is, one, people don't show up to the fucking games. Why? Because you have teams in Arizona.
And we're in other cities. Yes,
and
that's
Birmingham.
Right. 2, you don't get people watching because your broadcast technique was crap.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. The football wasn't bad. It got better as it went on. When you see what you were watching. But
it started out as a solid C+. It was at the very least on the same level as those bad Thursday night football games from a few years ago from the NFL.
Oh, yeah, when players couldn't care less that they existed.
Exactly. It was at least on that same level.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can give you that one, yeah.
And then you got to see guys that you forgot all about, like, oh shit, Christian Hackenberg, man! Or these...
speak for yourself as far as forgetting about him. He's seared into my memory.
Or guys that are like... Albany has a couple of guys who played in the AAF. Malachi Jones, who was a wide receiver for the Albany Empire, he had to try out with the Bears, didn't make it. But you know what? Caught a couple touchdowns in the AAF. Not bad.
Could have helped him get the league's purpose. Seemed good and it seemed to make sense. It's just its delivery was garbage.
Until the other investor, the one who owns the Carolina Hurricanes, was like, what we really want is the NFL to loan us players. No, that's not going to happen. I don't know what fucking fantasy world you live in that fucking Antonio Brown's going to come play for $75,000.
Yeah, no.
Or risk a multi-million-dollar fucking contract to get his ass hurt in the fucking spring league.
I mean, that being said, it almost seems like it almost sounded to me like what they were trying to do was recreate NFL Europe because that went so swimmingly well the first time around.
What they should do is they should have gotten together with baseball, MLB, and this is how you do your farm system. Can you help us figure out how to do ours? And then right there you go. You have a system in place for you to cultivate players who aren't quite ready to play in the NFL.
That would have been the smart idea, but they didn't do that. So here we are talking about them failing.
Imagine how, and I understand that he's a starter now, but I don't think any of us here think he's any good. But imagine how good Lamar Jackson could be if he got to just run roughshod over the AAF. And then the Ravens are like, all right, now we're calling you up.
Yeah, but for that to work, you'd need to get most of the NFL teams on board. And that's, I think, where the problem lies.
I think it'd be easy to get the NFL teams on board if you can say you can draft these guys, they won't count against your roster, but they are yours.
Yeah, I think that that's possible, but until there is a correlation between the AFAA or whatever league it may be and the NFL, that is a pipe dream.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is you're going to need the NFL's money to make this happen. Because you're going to need the sponsorship, you're going to need the correlation between the other, making it the ability that this is like the one step before coming onto the big show.
I'm going to make a quick amendment to a part of our show. Go on, talk. I've got to just write this down so I don't forget it.
I mean, I don't know. I think that would be something that almost has to be constructed from inside the NFL before we could see it happen. I don't know. I like the idea, and I think it would certainly drive the value of it and make people more interested, but it would also make drafts a little bit more interesting as far as who they take where, do they go into the NFL. Like, I think there has to be, like, the certain people that have the guaranteed contracts, but after certain rounds, you know, we may have taken you high, but it's because we want you in our developmental team because we see promise for you in the future. And, you know, at least during that time, we don't have to have you worry about, or we don't have to worry about, should I say, you know, necessarily being on our roster cap or anything like that. The whole idea makes sense. It's just getting that into action seems difficult because these owners can barely agree on anything.
Yeah, so let me ask you this question. Do you think if the NFL were to ever get a developmental league, it would make sense to keep NFL as is? Or do you think they should expand the roster size, add a couple rounds to the draft, and change up how they do their practice squad and things like that? Like make the practice squad more fluid so that these guys who are on the practice squad can be called down to play that week in the AAF and run it at the same time as the NFL, kind of like how the NBA does with the G League.
I mean, that's certainly possible.
I think that could be more effective, certainly. They were supposed to be able to use some of the NFL roster, weren't they?
Well, that's what they wanted. I don't think they were ever guaranteed any part of any NFL roster. So I don't believe that was ever the case. But that's what the owner of the Hurricanes, who invested $250 million, said that they wanted was to work with NFL teams and get their roster, get access to their roster. Going back to something I said earlier, imagine how much better Nate Peterman would have been if he had the opportunity to play in the AAF.
I don't think he would have been.
I think he would have. I think he would have brought it down to 3.5 interceptions per game.
Of course you think he would have. He can't get any fucking worse.
Did you hear the joke?
Bring it down to 3 interceptions? Yeah, you're probably right. Because he's fucking going up against lesser talent. But if you're at rock bottom and you're staring up at the ladder, the only way to go is up. Or walk away from the ladder.
He'd walk away from the ladder.
Well, he'd probably get on it and break the rung. Fall down back again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So the AAF, as of right now, is suspending operations, and it is fucking annoying.
We should suspend the conversation about them at this point. I'm exhausted about talking about a failed product.
It's not failed. They didn't fold. They're just ceasing operations.
They can't pay their shit.
That's adorable.
They can't even pay their players.
They're ceasing operations.
Yeah, that's like somebody saying, I wasn't fired, I just ceased to work there.
I'm on unpaid administrative leave.
Yeah. My name's Joe Dirtay. Boy, your last name's Dirt. Don't try and butter it up.
Dirtay. Joe Dirtay. Anyways, so to put the AAF thing to bed, just one last recommendation. You already have your own app. Just make it fucking work.
I mean, they're about the same level as the Denny's app, so there you go.
put